my dad had ALS for 11 months. So you've heard 2 to 5 years. You've heard 3 to 5 years. I've known people that have lasted for 13 years. He lasted for 11 months. And it was evil. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. And I hope that I never see it again. And I hope that other people don't have to go through it again. And it was just so full of despair. And it can't be stopped. We don't have a cure. We don't know anything about it. And back in the early 2000s when I got involved, I noticed that it started building up. More and more people were giving, more and more people were becoming aware. And I remember back in 2008 speaking to the Diamond Club. And what really got me then was the economy was in the toilet. It was terrible. And at that point in time, I said to everybody, this is the time that we all need to step up. Because there's one thing that goes through all of this. ALS doesn't care. ALS didn't care back then that the economy was bad. The association cared. ALS doesn't care that there's an ice bucket challenge. It really doesn't care. It's still going to do what it does. But the ALS Association cares. And going forward, as we strive to fight this disease, as we strive to care for people, the ALS Association will continue to care. What do I mean by care? Well, imagine a family that gets the worst possible news they can imagine, and they find an organization that's dedicated to one thing, caring for all of them. Not just the patient, the family. They wanted to help us. There's no reason for me to be here. I've asked Jim for several years for royalties and things like that, and I don't get
I'll give you what I gave you last year.
Right, oh, that's true. That's true. They did so much for us. So my mom, who's on the board, and I'm who the chair of the walk, are here every single year, and we're here whenever they need us. And this is the most important thing. You all work for various companies that do various things. I work for Brinker Capital. We recently dedicated our company to giving back 1%. 1% of our time, just 1% of our time back to the community. Last week, 3 days a week, we had 20 people over 3 days going and working at Fill Abundance. We've participated in the Broad Street Run. We are a sponsor of this walk. That's the most important thing in all of this. Who gets sick? People. Who are affected? People. Who are the only, what's the only thing that can help this? People. You would think that with as bad as the disease is, that everybody would be clamoring to get rid of it. And the Ice Bucket Challenge brought that. It was awesome. I have never been so inspired in my whole life by what people all over the world were doing, regardless of what you may or may not think about it. It's inspiring, and it inspired me. But no matter what you sell, no matter what you do or what you offer, without people, you have no business. You have no corporation. You have nothing. But I'll tell you this, if you give back to the association, if you stand with us today and going forward, I will promise you this, every single member of your company will be inspired, not only by this, but to do other things in your community. Years ago, my father actually was an insurance agent for Carbarth Associates in Ballard. He actually was a business partner to Mark Beata, who's now a sponsor of the walk and was involved with insurance. So the ties are there. All I can say to you is this. This association does more for so many people than you could ever notice at a time in their lives when there is no hope. None. Nothing. No one comes to you and gives you a bright rainbow and says it's all going to be better, it's all going to be better. No. The association and the people who work in it do everything they possibly can to help us. And I will do everything in my power to help this association as long as they need me and beyond. And that's what I'm asking you all to do here.